taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
One that definitely does deserve our applause is Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada, man. Like they, like, you know, Bam. If you know that Bam was a power fighter, he certainly proved that he was that night. Like that was a complete. Now, if it wasn't for one blip, that would have been one of them flawless performances. You know, but Bam, I know LB.
I could ignore the blip for how it ended, though.
Yeah,
because there's certain times. Because remember, Ringendahl had a blip against Daenerys, and that went to the decision.
Yeah,
we still got to call it a blip, but when you get a little blip and you still destroy a nigga, it's like not a big blip.
When you see special fighters, I mean, Bam is like 23, 24, and he took a very seasoned and still a very dangerous, and depending on who you talk to, a gifted, on judging wise, and was just a step ahead of him all the time, and just basically slowly beat the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like Bam was so dialed in. It was like, and Estrada too. You could tell Estrada was trying to make the adjustments, and like you could see him do it. Like he was making. I mean, hell, that's how the knockdown occurred. Like Estrada realized, like, wait a minute, if I kind of throw these right hands in a row, I might catch his ass. Like, like
he did look. I mean, let's be honest, he did look a little sluggish out there for a good.
Because Estrada, for whatever reason, likes to take because he hadn't fought since December of 2022. So it's one of these things. So it's on him for him to be inactive. Like he wasn't injured.
No. I'm just saying, he looked like it wasn't looking like, I don't say quote unquote.
Were the judges for his fights injured?
It wasn't. He was up on that card. He was up on them shit too. Well,
yeah. He was. Yeah,
like he wasn't like seeing this. What I'm talking about, like this bad, horrible scoring. There's no way Estrada should have been ahead on any scorecard
at all. No.
Yeah,
even with the knockdown.
Yeah, one was even, one was for Bam by a little bit, and then one was.
God damn, but even? Yo, you had even? Like,
no, there was one for Estrada too, right? Wasn't there?
I just said that, Pilot.
But Shudder to hear it. Shudder was talking about the even. I was no.
There was one for Estrada, there was one that was even, and one for Bam.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Like,
the judge.
Like, all of them should have been for Bam. Ain't no way even, and then Estrada, that nigga needed. Whoever had him up needed to be just taken out and like slapped in the back of the head with a phone book. Oh no, they don't have phone books no more, right? Like what's equally that?
They still have phone books.
Okay, yeah, a phone book. Like somebody did a phone book. You know how you used to hit a nigga in the back of the head in school with a trapper keeper?
Yeah.
Like that's what that nigga need. Like a good back of the head hallway. Like bow, nigga, like you blind motherfucker.
Yeah, like Estrada. Well, the only round that he won was the round that he scored because he was the first person to drop Bam. That was the only round.
Yeah, he had a Wilder round. That was it.
And like I said, Estrada made a fight of it, but then it was just like Bam was just too sharp, too young, too good. Like
everything.
Yeah, like I mean the pivots.
It's like a Rottweiler versus a wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
Bam, you can't even lie. Bam was. I mean, I don't think El Gallo was at his prime or best, but he was looking. I mean, Bam was looking fucking elite. I mean, like, yeah, he looked complete.
That was an elite performance. Like, honestly, because I mean, Estrada. I mean, for who he fought, like, has never been KO'd, and it took a body shot to put him away, and that body shot when that landed, it was audible too because. And Estrada rolling on the ground like he was
delay. There was no delay. The way Bam, like if you look at the way Bam fucking steps into it, it's like damn, you can tell why. The way Bam steps into it and then like instantly, no delay, he just he just fucking falls in the ground fetal position. Like that was
he was rolling around like he was rolling around like he was trying to put out a fire. Like he was done. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was trying to put out a fire. I think he hit him with the damn Smokey Bear shot.
Only you could prevent this body shot.
Only you. No, it was only you could prevent bad scoring. Fuck ass judges.
True, like
the judges were on crack. Man, I don't know, man. Like,
they
like I don't want to blame crack on this one.
Yeah, because I mean, Estrada does. I mean, Estrada is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong; he's a great fighter. But he, for whatever reason, he gets a lot of scoring love, and I don't understand why.
Bro, bro, I do not know why.
And it's not even the Chocolatito fight, too. There are other instances of the fight where he's gotten a lot of scoring love. Even though he's a great fighter, don't get me wrong, he is a great fighter, but some of the scores that began announced for the fights that go to the distance, you'd be like, what the fuck?
And he don't never jab or enough or control the round. Like he's not a ring generalship type of fighter where he knows how to control and win rounds, even though he's not really dominating the round or looking his best. Like that's why I credit a guy like Keith Thurman. He knows how to win a round, even though you don't have to dominate a round to win a round. But Estrada's not one of those guys who has the ring generalship. His style doesn't have ring generalship type of rounds where it's like, okay, he's getting rounds and he's not looking great, but he's still winning these rounds. He's not that type of fighter. So when I see where he be winning all these rounds, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? How y'all giving this nigga these rounds? Like, it's not like he's jabbing and coming forward or he's landing a bunch of shots or combinations. Like, he's steady, but it's I don't know. It's like they just get this nigga. I feel like it's like the light skin boost niggas get abroad. Like basically, but she an 8 now.
I mean, basically, Estrada gets. I mean, he fights hard. If he knows if he's down on a fight, he'll fight hard. And I think the judges like that, because he knows.
Yeah, but it's a reactive fight hard. It's not like a Ricardo Lopez come forward boxer puncher pressure fight hard. It's more like okay, hold on, this nigga's getting off too many punches on me. All right, y'all just threw 3 counter punchers, yeah. Counter them again. Okay, hold on, he's throwing like 8 jabs. Counter. Like, it's those type of rounds, and it's like, it's hard, like, to really score rounds on a nigga on his back foot landing counters. Unless you're landing, like, nasty counters where niggas just, like, shaking up and turning to gelatin and shit. Like, even, like, okay, I'll even say it, like, even Juan Manuel Marquez does a better job of ring generalship and winning rounds, and he's essentially the same fighter.
Yeah.
Whereas Estrada, like, he be losing rounds, but the judges just be like, nah, fuck that, he got that. I don't know. I think they be thinking he Canelo or somebody. Shit.
Yeah, but like I said, he still put up an admirable effort. Like I said, he dropped Bam, first.
Yeah, he made it a good fight. Don't get me wrong. He was there. Like, at least he kind of let Bam know, like, hey, I ain't just gonna lay down.
Yeah, I mean, I'll lay down later, but I'm not gonna lay down now.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. Bam is. Most likely, I mean, depending where you are, I mean, he's probably top 5 for pound.
He has to be top 5 pound for pound. Yeah. To be honest, like, I can't see him not being top 5.
Yeah,
considered,
that was a hell of a performance, and it's just like, and honestly, I hope Eddie makes sure he steers his career carefully, because Eddie got himself a star with that dude. Like, that dude is the star. So, and one thing about this card too, like, that Phoenix crowd was rocking with this dude. Like, that shit was that shit was like filled up. There was no blacked out section, none of that shit. Like, that shit was, that shit was on point for Eddie. So Eddie needs to make sure he steers his career carefully. Like, get him to the undisputed. Hopefully get him, have him fight the winner of Ioka and
Puma
Martinez.
Puma Martinez. Yeah,
and keep putting him out there in Phoenix. It looked like he's a draw out there, and you got to start cultivating some cities where niggas can, like, build themselves up to be attractions. Salute Dante Jones because I know he Phoenix dude.
I say, if you put him and Bam on a card on the East Coast or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. Coming up. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, shit, nigga, I would love it to. I'd love it to. I would love it to be on the East Coast.
And I do want to say, in regard, I don't know if y'all touched on it, but I know it completes the cipher, but I don't want to see him take out or fight Chocolatito. And I know they probably won't because they have connection with Tekken and their,
You just barred the man. Hell no, don't fight him.
Yeah, I mean, I think because there's no need for that part right now because Chocolatito's at 118 and Bam has more than enough opponents at 115 for him to fight. Don't have to.
And to be honest, Chocolatito probably gave him the best work out of all them niggas, and it was just sparring. That's the sad part. That's why I'd rather see Chocolatito sparring with him than any other type of bullshit fight, unless it's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I know that had to be spirited.
Yeah, so Chocolatito. Yeah, I mean, to me, that fight is done for the time being, unless Chocolatito is still like around and he has a bantamweight title, and Bam is ready to move up after becoming undisputed. Because he said that's his goal. So I'm like, okay, and 115 has the champions that he can actually do that again. So I want to see him do that at least, But yeah, I won't really entertain a Chocolatito fight until I want for at least. I don't know. Chocolatito, has so many years left, so we'll see how that goes.
I don't think they need to touch that. It's like you said, they got too much shit going for him. Blazing Killer. My only issue with Bam is he gets hit. You think Bam get hit too much, bro?
I honestly don't think he gets hit. Now
I don't think he gets hit like that. Like I only seen him get hit against that jobber nigga who really came the closest to beating him, honestly.
Yeah, the one that broke his jaw, Gonzalez, right?
Yeah, Gonzalez. My bad. I don't mean to be disrespectful. It
was real, yeah, but
he's quality.
That was a fight because he'd been like he'd been fighting like tough competition, and then Eddie tried to squeeze a fight in, and the fight became a lot harder because he got his jaw broken. There was a lot of other issues, so it's like Eddie had to kind of like pump the brakes a little bit, like don't
Eddie, another one of those colleague managers, nigga.
But
sometimes you gotta chill.
Yeah, exactly. That's what because that was almost a dog-based situation. It wasn't careful, so it's like it's a good thing that at least they pumped the brakes. Okay, let's let him recover his broken jaw, and then we'll get back in business. So like I said though, Bam has opponents. So yeah, Chocolatito can just do what he's been doing at 118. I know Chocolatito fights soon. I forgot when.
Here I am. I'm thinking this nigga retired.
Yeah, no, his next fight because it's a hometown fight. It's gonna be on ESPN Plus. I just forgot when I forgot when it's actually going to be. They announced it. I just forgot the date. I know.
Always got to see the King pressure fighting God. Throw hands. When Estrada was letting his hands go, he was cracking Bam a little. He was, and that's the thing with Estrada. Like his counters, like his best punches are too reactionary. Like he doesn't create his offense enough. He counters frequently though. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's why the judges kind of fuck with him, because if you counter frequently and land good counters, that does count for something. That's what T.O. was trying to do. Mm-hmm. But he gives up more ground and he gets hit more than Estrada does, so it looks bad.
Sure does.
But this is Bam you're talking with, so imagine if Claggett had Bam's jab. Jeez, we still talking about that goddamn T.O. fight, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. And I know
that's it. Oh, hey, what up, Beth? Salute, bro.
Salute, Beth. Yeah, and I know they said there's a rematch clause too. And truthfully, I don't think Estrada should go. I mean, it wasn't that close a fight. Like, yes, he knocked him down, and kudos to that. But they should, Estrada, they should not run that back.
It's up to Estrada. It's up to Estrada. He wants to run it back, so they're going to run it back. I agree he's going to get his ass whipped, but we'll see.
Get that check, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah, he might as well. Fuck it. I mean, he was a champion. So
no fight that happened Saturday that I need to see again.
I will say the only thing you could say about Estrada though is Estrada historically does better in rematches, but I still think it's going to be the same results.
Hold on, wait. Do the judges do better, or does Estrada do better? Guys, I mean, we gonna have to have a discussion if it's the latter. I mean, like.
Well, no, because hold up. Even though I thought that, like for example, like Estrada did better in the second, what was it? The second Sorungvisai fight, and then did better. Yes, I'm saying, and I still think he did better. Actually, I've got to watch the first fight. It's been a while since I watched the first fight.
I thought Sorungvisai
beat Sorungvisai in the first fight. I think we did an episode on that, right, Pat?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, that
we got like 1,000 episodes, so like we'd have to go back. But I think I know I was fucking bitching and complaining about Estrada should have got the nod on that.
Yeah, but the thing with Estrada too, like he fought Quadras. Right, the first fight was hard. The second fight was super hard. Like he, like you know, that's the thing. Like you know, because Quadras, because Quadras gave him probably the most trouble outside of Bam. Like Quadras was like those, like there was like razor thin fights. Like Quadras was used to like that dude.
Yeah, Quadras gave him the most trouble from not outright beating him.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know. So yeah, he didn't like. I mean, he won by knockout in that second fight, but he went through hell to get that knockout.
Yeah, that was like a life or death. Like it's crazy because niggas always get at Chocolatito about going life or death with Quadras, but like nigga, like,
yeah, Chocolatito only for him once, and that was a smart man because he was like, yo, like that's yeah.
Sometimes you get a 115, 113 type of fight, and that's really the best you could hope for against certain styles and opponents. Mm-hmm. It's a win. It's a clear win, but it may not be oh shit, like I wanted a real great dominating win. Like some styles, circumstances, opponents, they just don't allow for that. So you keep it
not at all.
And that's what these niggas need to realize tonight.
Yeah, and that's
all these niggas.
And that's what made that 115 era so special now. But now, of course, Bam's cleaned up 3 of them. You know, 3 of the 4 guys. So it's like, yeah, Chocolatito, doesn't need to happen. You know, and then I guess we're gonna get this rematch probably maybe later this year. I'm assuming, depending on the 90-day suspension that Estrada is going to be getting for getting knocked out. But yeah. And in terms of the other fights on the card too, the Sonny Edwards Carriel fight, I will say this one that I watched it. Sonny is gifted movement defensive wise, but that was not one of his most entertaining fights because frankly he was doing a little bit too much of, I mean, yes, he's blessed with the footwork, he's blessed with good defense, good upper body movement and shit like that, but it just wasn't entertaining because he wasn't really putting no hands on Carriel like that or dissuading him so much that a quote-unquote headbutt had to end the fight a little early because it was and the crowd absolutely let Sonny have it. The Sonny, they were booing the shit out of Sonny. Like Sonny was and you can tell Sonny felt felt hurt by that reaction.
Why would they be booing Sonny like that? Just because Bam?
No, it's because his style.
He clearly won that fight. That's a weird scorecard at 85.
He won the fight, sure, but it wasn't like.
No, I mean, it's how do you win the fight? How do you look?
That's how he boxes. Yeah. But it's like, damn, like you booed him like that. Come on, man.
Yeah, but Carriel's. I mean, you have to put a little bit more hands on Carriel, which he didn't do. He was just, he was fighting too slick, and the crowd wanted to see some blood. By this time, they eventually got it.
Since he looked good, he fought more aggressive and was more offensive against Bam in his last fight.
Yeah,
people kind of expected that a little more against a lesser opponent.
He went back to his usual. He went back to his usual style.
Yeah.
And he ended up with a Frankenstein.
No, that cut was bad. I can tell. I can see the look. Pause. I can see the look at his eye. He looked worried. That cut was bad for a few 3-4 rounds, legitimately.
Yes. Imagine if that was a punch that opened up that cut. Oh Lord, that would have been. That would have been. That would have been.
I take it Sonny wasn't jabbing enough, dude.
No, he wasn't punching. He wasn't punching enough to me. That's what I was like.
That's the only way that headbutt happens with a nigga who's a mover like that. Because there's no way somebody with that footwork. Because I didn't see the fight. I'm just assuming nobody with that level of footwork should be getting in any type of head clashes. So if that happens, you weren't jabbing or punching enough.
Yeah, that's why the crowd was booing him because they were like, it wasn't booing because they were booing because he won, but he didn't win in a way that was like, okay, like if he at least dropped him a couple times or he was like, he could have too, but I guess like I said, after the Bam fight he went back to his usual style and it didn't make for a good viewing though. And same thing with Ramla Ali, again another one that's kind of lost her. Who can't decide whether to be aggressive or not because she was still shell shocked from the knockout she suffered. Mikado wasn't doing anything special other than putting a lot of pressure.
She could have won. I mean, Ramla could have won that fight for sure. I ain't gonna lie, there was a lot of stuff going on. I kind of tuned out, but I could tell like by the fourth round, I was like, yeah, Ramla's not gonna win this because she was just, she was too tentative. She was too tentative
because Mikado was just moving forward, lunging at her, and occasionally, Ramla would catch her with like a left hook coming in or a right hand coming in. But Mikado was eating them shits like Scooby snaps and just like outworking her, and then Ramla doesn't fight on the inside that well. So when she got on the inside, she was like panicking, like she was like trying to throw anything, and that was just like, and that was the reason why she lost the fight. I think it was just I think she was just too hyper reactive for that type of aggression. And Mercado didn't even fight overly well, in my opinion, but it's hard to argue a decision for her.
So basically what we call this in the gym is she spooked Ramla and Ramla couldn't react. Like
basically
panicked and doesn't know how to react, so she loses her focus, strategy, game plan, just throws anything, and she just lost off of being basic pressure.
Basically,
intensity.
That's the fight, bro. That is the absolute fight. Yeah, and
so I'll let y'all know, like when you get to a certain level, when you start getting busy in life, you can't watch every boxing match, so you can almost kind of guess how it played out. If a nigga just said they watched the fight and they mentioned a few things, you could. I'm literally up for like, yeah, that happened. This nigga felt like, yeah. Like, damn. But I feel you though.
Yeah. And then shout out to Popoka and Barrios for putting a nice little war in the opener. That was some good shit though. Like there was some good ebb and flows in that one. That was a really good opening fight. So yeah, like overall the Phoenix card for Eddie was for all intents and purposes was a success. Like Eddie put on a really good card overall. And like had the crowd rocking and everything like that. So yeah, though Eddie will get props. Eddie needs his wins now. He needs to build because he had been his champions been losing belts and he got washed in the 5-on-5 shit.
I think it was 0 for 10, 0 for 10 on the fucking
Yeah,
10 points, right? Was it 10 points, right? I know 5 losses, but it's like shit.
Yeah. Dude,
like that. I mean, I'm just like it doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like.
Yeah. Yes, dude was straight up losing. So he got a win with this card with Bam. So let's see if he continues his momentum in there. But
I guess that's what they mean by Bam's the part of the A team.
Yeah,
his elite team. Okay, all right, so we get it.
Yeah, I mean, because I know that they're gonna do another 5-on-5s in the near future. So I'm pretty sure Bam, if he can help, will probably be put on the team because Eddie's gonna definitely load up his team with some heavy hitters, because they got washed the way they did though. But before we go into the previews, I just want to mention, because I know the people have been listening. I've seen the numbers. We got super chats now, so make sure you want to show a little super chat, super stickers. I know you see that scrolling banner. We got the PayPal. Just a little reminder to anyone who's still listening. We got all of that. So if you feel a little generous and you like what you hear, it's right there for you. But
yeah.